Hello everyone, thank you so much for tuning in to Anu Pale, a show that is dedicated to educate, uplift, and connect all minorities through the Haitian diaspora point of view. Today, we have a special artist all the way from San Francisco. Now, I know I live in Los Angeles, but she's in San Francisco. That's about 8 hours away. A whole different life. It's a beautiful city, and we have a Haitian queen goddess artist up there that is representing, and we'd like to introduce you to Lalin St Juste. Lalin, thank you so much for coming into Anu Pale. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you so much for coming here today. Lalin, I would like for you to just introduce yourself and talk a little bit about your band and the type of music you do, genre bending music, how cool it is, and your connection to Haiti.
Sure. So I'm in a 6-piece electronic, like you said, multi-genre band. We've been together for a few years now, and we have been just like touring around and putting out a few albums. We have 3 albums. The latest is Cyan that we just put out this year, along with a short film. And yeah, I'm Haitian American. I was born in Pasadena, California. My parents are from Haiti. And my identity is shaped definitely by that, just kind of what I've grown up with, also with what I've just learned and have reclaimed with a dual, identity. So yeah, it's been fun just being an artist and expressing myself through song and a heritage that I feel is really rich in our culture.
Nice. By the way, I love your earrings. You look absolutely gorgeous today.
Thank you.
So now, my question for you is, being Haitian and growing up in Pasadena, how was that for you? Did you find it difficult connecting to your roots still?
I feel like I did, yeah, because I didn't know any other Haitians in school. I only knew Haitians that were in my family, like cousins and my uncles and aunts who were coming out. Like, most folks are in Florida or on the East Coast, And so I felt like I definitely was a part. But every year we would go to, see a live compa band, and
Nice.
It was like this big party that would happen in LA. And I would see like Sweet Mickey and like all these other folks. And so there was like all those little tidbits.
And did that give you an idea, or did it at least spark your interest in music, or incorporating more of Haitian type of music into, your what you listen to on the radio or CDs, I guess, back then that we had?
Yeah, I mean, I've always been intrigued. Well, I love Creole, but I wasn't raised speaking it.
Yeah.
I've been learning it as an adult. So, but secretly, I would sing in Creole on my guitar, to myself,
Nice.
and like, as I slowly begin to branch out more with how comfortable I feel, like I want to include it more and more into my music. But my dad is a musician, and so that kind of was, running in my veins already.
Mm.
And yeah, so I just feel, and then also I developed like an interest in like Haitian folklore, like spirituality. So some of that music definitely is going to continue to play a role in the music that I create.
I am so glad that you said that, because I know Cyan is your latest project, but Flames and Figures, which I love. There's a ball, you're touching the ball, and then you're pouring the silver thing. What was the whole concept? Because I thought of it, and it screamed Haitian to me, it screamed folklore to me, it screamed spirituality to me, it screamed the universe to me, it screamed like stories about lost, gain. I was like, It was like overload of like amazingness. Can you run us through that video and like what was the thinking behind it?
Wow, I gotta think back. um, yeah, no, that was really special. I think all of those things live inside of me. I think that's why I'm drawn to it. So I think naturally these elements come out in my music. I've always been really fascinated and drawn to things beyond our reality, and so, well, with that video, that was more of just thinking about our connections with each other and like on our connection with ourselves, and just the ball of light was being covered, and so just kind of like, how do you continue to reach for your light? How do you hold on to that? And so that's kind of what I'm going for as I'm like walking towards this elevating celestial thing, is I'm reaching, so that's what that video is about.
Okay, perfect. Now, that was just for me, for my own pleasure, so I apologize for that because I really loved it. But can you tell us a little bit about your new project, what's going on, and where did you find the inspiration for it?
Yeah. That project is Cyan, which came out February 2020, right before things changed in the world. And that album, again, there's the natural elements of water, and blue came up a lot during the past few years of my life. And that's also something that I tie to my Haitian heritage, is because, I've been connecting to and learning about La Sirène, and just connecting to some of those elements, and so during the writing of that album, I was just, I don't know, there's like certain things around snakes, and there were just all these things coming up. So it was me kind of reaching for spirit guidance and for strength within myself to transform and keep moving through sadness and all the things that can get in our way, and like using those things to break through. And so that's kind of what also the short film is about. And yeah, we were hoping to tour it and do all that stuff, but COVID kind of changed that. So but we still plan to like put out stuff around the album. We have some remixes that we're gonna put out in a few months. So yeah.
I was reading an article, and it was a song that you wrote about a friend that was dealing with a lot of addiction and trauma and just a lot of stuff. Can you, expand on that essay for us a little bit? Kind of tell us a bit more about it, if you don't mind, just sharing with us that process for you and how it became something of its own. Because when I was reading it, it said it grew into being its own entity, and it started to help other people with other things. Can you kind of elaborate on us, because you have such a calming spirit to you. I love it. I was a little nervous, and you literally just calmed me. So I love it. So now I want to know, where do you get this power from? And you did this thing for your friend. How did that come about?
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's just, maybe I get it from my grandmother, my maternal grandmother. I don't know. But yeah, I write, just all these things that happen in my life and what I see around me. And with this song, it's called Distant Heart, and it's off of the Flames and Figures album. I did write it about a friend of mine who ended up taking her life. And it was just a way for me to cope. I was just like writing a bunch of things and just trying to process, what it means to make that decision and what it means to transform, what is life, what is death, and the feelings that you have of trying to reach someone, trying to see if you can change an outcome, but you can't, But, I wanted to also celebrate her too. So it's not just about sorrow, but it is just kind of just this thinking around that whole thing, and that's what I use music for, is that it's a way to heal. It's a way to understand the world around us. It's a way to connect with our own sense of God and our own, realities and paradigms. And, so even today I was just like, I have some emotion going through me. What can I do? I sing, and I just let it out. And that's my way of channeling spirit and connecting to, again, that thing that's beyond us, beyond the reality or the human flesh,
Now, I want to say that you said earlier something about folklore or folklore. You did say something about folklore. And how does that play a part in your new project that you have now? And how does that play a part in your everyday life?
It plays a huge part. Because that was my entryway, like doing, performing, like spiritual performance, folklore things. That was like my entryway, because I didn't grow up with it. My mom grew up Catholic and grew up, and then was Christian and wasn't into like really speaking about the law and like stuff like that. And so.
Oh, by the way, that's my favorite topic, just to let you know, okay?
Oh, really?
That is my favorite topic. And I'm like, I really hope everybody doesn't get tired and they're like, here comes Richardson again, talking about law, talking about folklore, talking about voodoo, talking about spirituality. So it's my favorite. So please, but I digress. Go on.
I get it. And it's in us. It's a part of us, And I just feel like, that was my entryway of, I connected with a dancer who had this dance company. And then there was like this drummer named Daniel, who was like a master drummer from Haiti. And he taught me songs, and that's where I would feel the spirit, And then, recently I've continued to just kind of dibble dabble, just learn and try to
and
read.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Like what has been lost, and so, I've just kind of been diving even deeper. I've just, signs, messages come to me, and I just feel like a lot of my everyday life now is around understanding what all of this is in my life and how it plays a role in my music and my role in humanity. There's been like a lot of like cool, dope stuff happening in my life. And it's like all related to the law and to like me connecting to that.
Yeah. Isn't it? It's interesting how like your ancestry and when you decide to connect to it, how it kind of follows you, and everything kind of becomes, I feel like it's wholesome. It becomes a whole thing. All of it is like, it all adds up to the greater you, I feel. Because when I look at your music, that's how I feel. Especially, I forgot the name of it. There's when it just starts on your face. And you were just singing with a big old afro. That's a very long time ago, of course. And I was just like dying. I'm like, who is this woman? You guys, you gotta go check out her music, okay? I'm telling you right now. So I can feel that in your music. And I think my question for you is, what would you say to someone that is scared to tap into their heritage in order to feed their art?
Yeah, I would say do it. I would say just explore. There's so much to discover. And I think that it allows you to have support in your art. It creates that channel for you to dive deeper and to trust and to take risks. And for me, I'm opening myself to allowing it to guide me to just the pure expression of it all, and that this is what I'm here to do, and so, I think there's a lot of power that can be found when you dive into your heritage. I think it's revolutionary. I think, so often we have all of that stuff has been kept from us, and so this is all we have to understand where we come from, and it's beautiful to see just like how, how cosmic and how grand we actually are.
Yeah, how complex, right? We're such complex beings that, we can't just be like, it's this or it's this or it's that. I think it's beautiful. I want to know then, so now that, because we're really vibing, this is like my lane, okay? So I want to know then, have you ever been on stage performing or singing, not even performing, or you're really doing your art and you feel taken over by like, I guess, the spirit of the art or the spirit of whatever you're calling upon or that you're drawing from, and how did that feel?
I love it. Yeah, that's definitely happened.
Oh, so that's a yes and okay. She's like, I loved it.
Yeah, I mean, there's no other feeling to describe being taken in that way. I think that's why I try to go there as much as I can, because it's just its own world. I've when I've been like performing, the songs with Danielle, just like, I've been sobbing, I've been like taken over, just, cleansed and, suspended in time, or when I'm on stage or with my guitar or whatever, just like, it's no longer you, it's something else, so I love that.
So I just wanted to ask you another question now. I love your hair, by the way, but I want to make sure I touch on everything because you come from a Haitian home, and I don't know how traditional they are. Were they very traditional?
Yeah, I would say so.
What did they think about your hair then when you decided to change it? Were they like cool with it? Because a lot of Haitian parents now.
Oh, yeah.
If it's not right, it's not right.
Yeah. My mom, this is my second set of locks, but my mom was not happy the first time. It was a process. Everything is like a process.
I know. Yeah. How were you able to, I guess, not convince or show her a different side of it? Just for like, the younger Lalin St Juste that are coming up, want to be, a music queen out there and being taken by the spirit and all that stuff, and decide, what, I want dreads. I want to, really present myself in this way that I feel, that my appearance is, or, what my expression of my experience is to the world. This is what it is. And if it's not the traditional way for, Haitian parents, what would you say? How would you tell them to go about it? You know what I mean?
I think you just have to be yourself, there comes a point where you can't live for your parents anymore. I definitely, obviously, I want to make my mom happy. I want to, do all that stuff. But you're a grown adult. You have to just do what you do. As long as you do it with respect. It's not like I'm going up in there saying like, F you, I don't care what you think about my hair. It's more just like, okay, I hear what you're saying. This is what I'm still going to do. And you'll see as I'm living my life that I haven't I'm not spiraling in drugs. I'm not living on the street. I'm and so then by seeing that, she, probably was like, okay, it's not so bad.
Okay, Lalin, I really am interested to know, because people are going to ask, so when you were deciding to do music, why was it that you were like, I'm going to do a mélange of, styles instead of like something like a compas? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, why?
I think it's just because it's what I listen to. I listen to so many different kinds of music. So it's kind of hard to pick one particular thing. Even still, there's genres that I haven't really dipped into that it's just a matter of time, So it's just, I love it all.
I kind of feel like you found a way to bring your ethnicity, heritage, language, and culture into your music in all aspects of it. Because that's like a creolization of music almost. You're like, I'm going to take a little bit of this, a little bit of this, a little bit of this. That's just like, oh, this is Haiti almost. It's got like Okay, I got you. I understand. And even with your band, right? Everyone plays a different instrument. How did you come about to meeting them and stuff like? And how do you guys get to work so well together? Do you find that difficult?
It's a blessing. We all work really well together. It's six of us. We're a big family. We spend time together outside of making music.
Mhm. For me, an altar, I'm Buddhist. Even though I'm Haitian, I'm Buddhist, and I'm a chanting Buddhist. I have an altar also. So when you say an ancestral altar, what is that? Can you run us through with that? What is that?
Sure. I just have um, I have a photo of my maternal grandmother. I have names of my family members and also artists who have passed that I'm connected to. Certain crystals that are related, and seashells and stuff for La Sirène, and flowers for my ancestors.
Oh, I
And
see you. I see what you just did. That altar, that's bad. That's so good. That is, you just literally turn them into like a bunch of lois or into a bunch of spirits that you can like basically arm yourself with or be with you as you go about your everyday. I saw what you did there. And La Sirène is basically like the center energy that they kind of govern around a little bit. I mean, if we were to compare it to something kind of like a voodoo or something like that. That is very cool. And then the crystals, even that really brings it down to just like nature and just earth and really connecting and keeping that vibrancy and that electricity going throughout so they stay alive. I'm not sleeping on you, okay? Y'all might be sleeping on her, but y'all see how she just did that, right? Okay? An ancestral altar. She's being really calm and humble about it, but that is some powerful stuff. You're dropping a lot of knowledge that, and I'm so humbled by how, calm and cool you are about it, because we should all be like that about it. Take the idolism out of it, idolizing it out of it, and just really make it about life and nature. I think that's really beautiful.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I wanted to ask though, where do you see like the band, like what's your dream for it, or I don't want to say expectations, because I find like those can be just disappointing. Like, what would you like to do, like next year, what would you like to see happen with Cyan? Like, what do you see?
I mean, I just want to keep putting out more music and touring more and reaching more people. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm making music for two reasons. One, just to express myself and be a vessel. And then two, to play a role in other people's lives, however way it's received, and hopefully provide some healing or provide some solace or something, So I just want to do more of that. I just want us to be able to have more of a platform to reach more people so that we can just keep doing what we're doing. Oh, and I'm also going to be in 2021, I'm working on a solo record as well. So I'm just looking to just expand and see what else.
Oh, nice, nice. When are we expecting to see you in Los Angeles, or the next place you're going to be touring? When is that happening? I guess COVID, that's... You're looking at me like, boy, don't you know there's COVID going on? How am I going to do that? Well, are you going to do like an online concert or something like that? I'm just trying to get a vibe so I can, tell everyone like, okay, y'all, besides her Instagram, and she has music that's out, but you can still catch her, doing something, I don't know, live on Instagram or a show of sort.
Just like supporting us now, just like listening to us on Spotify and like checking out our YouTube. And we're not doing any live performances. We did one in September, but it only lasted. The link is gone now. So, but just keep a lookout. We will put out some more content. Like we are doing like a live from home song. So, you know, little tidbits like that. Yeah. But support is just like spreading the word. Listen to us on whatever thing you listen. Buy, you know, we have vinyl, we have albums for sale, like stuff like that is really helpful for artists right now.
I think I'm definitely going to get one of those for sure, because now I need to connect more with Lalin St Juste. Do you ever see yourself performing in Haiti though? Like doing like a show, like a grand show in Haiti? Like, and what would that be? Like, have you ever dreamt about that? And if you have, can you kind of like give me a little tidbit about it?
I have. I think it would be so dope, you know? So, I mean, I just imagine like, I know, probably like some little, like festival or some kind of like concert with like a couple of bands or a few bands and just like go on and who knows, maybe it'll be sooner than I think, you know, like I also sometimes just hop around with my guitar. So, I'm working with it, talking to a Haitian friend of mine about, you know, what it would look like to have a retreat out there. And then if that were the case, then I would definitely do some performing.
Yes. Oh, I would definitely go to watch you perform. Okay, let me tell you. But we are coming to the point of the show. It's my favorite part. Okay. So we asked for all of our guests to give us their Creole word of the day. Now I know it's putting you on the spot a little bit, but if you could give us one Creole word or a saying that you like and tell us what it means to you. If you can, use it in a sentence. And then, yeah, we'll just get to teach the audience a little bit of Creole.
Okay. I'm going to say my favorite phrase is Ngongu.
Oh, Ngongu.
Ngongu. I'm hungry.
I ain't gonna lie though, you know, you're kind of like, you know, when someone's like really spiritual, really calm with their demeanor and such, and people are like, okay, I want them to say something like, you know, the moon transfers around the stars in the universe. You're like, I'm hungry. I love it. I love it. I love it. Lalin, I just want to say thank you so much. On behalf of Moonlakai, on behalf of Anupale, on behalf of the Haitian community, we thank you and we appreciate you and we celebrate you. I hold you up to really high regards. I think you're amazing. I love your music. And I am only here to help promote and just, you know, support you the best that I can. And I really hope you guys go out there and support her. We're gonna have all the information about her album, her new short, which is absolutely amazing. It'll be down below in the comments, around the comments section. Just please follow her on her Instagram. And yeah, we'll have all the information for you. And also in the meantime, can you tell us what your Instagram is so we can go out there and follow?
Yeah, well, the band is the Seshen, the THESESHEN. So follow that everywhere, Spotify, all of those things, and you'll see what's up with us.
Okay, thank you so much, Lalin. You have been amazing throughout this interview. Thank you. You have a blessed day. Of course.